like a Hellcat.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Masterless here, and today I'm looking to introduce you to another brand new game which I haven't experienced just yet. In fact, it's only actually been released today, so really looking forward to getting stuck in. And it is, as you can probably tell, the new Total War game, Thrones of Britannia. So I've always been a massive fan of Viking mythology, Viking history. Love the TV series Vikings. If you haven't seen that, check it out because it is honestly awesome. The game I've been playing also on my Twitch page, but also I've been moving them over to YouTube, is Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Again, very Viking mythology based with some of the realms and the gods involved in that. If you haven't checked out those videos or played the game Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, you can find them on the channel. Have a look. Absolutely bloody brilliant game. Possibly the most immersive game that I've ever played. But anyway, I want to just introduce you to this as I get introduced to the game, having not played it before. First time for this. I want to see how much it's changed in other Total War games. I've always been a massive fan of them, starting with Shogun when I was a kid. Then I spent a hell of a lot of time on Empire and Warhammer and Rome, and now here we are. So, yeah, really looking forward to this. I'm thinking let's just get stuck into a campaign and see how we get on. Really fancy playing as Vikings, to be honest, to start with, rather than the English. Bit weird considering I'm English, but hey, I'm just going to tell myself I've got some Viking blood in me, you know. But yeah, let's start the game up and see what it throws at us and see what it's like. So, really want to see if there's a cool intro video for this. I have been for some of the others, so fingers crossed.
Ragnar Lothbrok lies dead in the Northumbrian dirt. Veins choked with Anglo-Saxon wrath and viper's venom. Revenge was swift. His sons laid waste to the British Isles, splintering the land and slaughtering all who opposed them. The Viking horde swept west, an insatiable force that brought Alfred the Great to his knees. But some men can only be pushed so far. The year is now 878 AD. Whilst Norsemen settle land they once pillaged, Alfred of Wessex seeks to unite the Isles under one banner. But here stand a new wave of the ambitious and hungry, ready to stake their claim to Britannia. Kings will rise. One will rule.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, pretty cool intro there. Pretty cool intro that we get for the game. Like I said, we're just going to jump straight into a campaign and start it together, just to see what it's like. So if we choose campaign, let's go new campaign. So you can choose from English, Welsh or Gaelic kingdoms, in terms of existing Britannia, tribes, kingdoms, whatever. All Great Viking Army and Viking Sea Kings. Don't fancy being the Sea Kings, I really fancy being a great army. I'm thinking let's go for East Anglia. I know it's got initial challenges hard, but I like a challenge. So they got some cultural features. Looks like they get extra income, a boost to morale and fighting Anglo-Saxons, and find the balance between appeasing the English and your army. Okay, the King of the Danes here in Britannia must play a delicate game to stay at the top. That's interesting. Not quite sure what that's going to involve. We'll have to see. And then they get some faction features as well. So you get a melee bonus, they get good axe infantry, they can unlock berserkers, and powerful Anglian champions, which sounds pretty cool as well. You get a little bit of faction information there for them. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Guthrum is, as it says there, is the man to watch. Just a quick scan over the campaign settings. Battle time limit, we'll leave that off. Autosave to cloud on, yep, for sure. Yeah, the advisor's going to probably get a little bit annoying, but I'm guessing that we can switch that off. So yeah, shall we just jump straight in? Looks as though we start here in this sort of London area. And we're just going to have to sweep through and try and take over the rest of it. Now, I'm not sure in this whether they've obviously really heavily focused just on the Isle of Britannia and that the rest of the world is inaccessible for you as you're playing for either the Vikings or one of the kingdoms. We'll have to see. They may have just put extra detail into the actual Isle of the UK. I want to see, you know, whether they've put things like Ben Nevis or Snowdon or, you know, landmarks like that, Stonehenge maybe, you know, where they make them look a bit bigger on the map. Let's have a look. We're just going to jump straight in and start the campaign and see what we get.
We came to these lands from across the sea to pillage and conquer. For a decade, our army left a trail of destruction, but it did not last. The army was divided, with half heading to Northumbria and the rest pushing on, only to be defeated. But our story does not end there. A treaty was signed, ceding East Anglia to us. We must rebuild. Our time will come again, and we will be ready.
I'm not quite sure about the Viking Scandinavian type accent there. It sounded more like
your peace treaty
from Asia.
with the Saxons was a matter of expedience. It does not bind you forever. You came here as warriors.
Yeah, okay. Screw the Saxons. Let's have a look at the kingdom.
Muster your strength and finish what your ancestors started. More Viking incursions from the south are on the way.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Build up your defenses.
Are they going to be allies from the south?
You cannot afford to be caught out when they attack. You have one army in place already, awaiting your order to attack the rebels in the east.
Ah, okay.
Eradicate the rebel army, and you will be set to start your campaign.
So we get a fight against a rebel army initially, it looks like. So, as you can see here, it says we should stabilise internally before looking beyond our borders, prove your right to rule and eliminate the nearby rebels. Reward more stability internally for 5 turns. Plus 5 all regions, plus 50% unit replenishment, which is good. Eliminate the rebels in Wigingamere. Right?
Armies and settlements may be selected by left-clicking. Selected armies may be moved.
Yeah, I think I kind of get this. Right, so where is our... So this is our army, right?
Enemy blood will flow.
Your army, yeah. Okay, so what have we got in here? So we've got the general, the king, however you refer to him. He's got a decent melee skill, 50 and 42. Let's focus on that, 50 and 42. What have the others got? A lot less. A hell of a lot less. A lot less. A lot less. What? Missile damage, 28. Okay, okay. And then let's have a look at what the rebels have got. Elite sword infantry, royal bot. Let's just, yeah, let's do it. Let's just get stuck straight in. Auto resolve, fight or retreat. Obviously fight. She can shut up now. Your force is 750. Their force is 400. Should have this one in the bag. I mean, they've got some horsemen, but we've got some spears here. So the Kjol spearmen. So I'm guessing they shouldn't be a problem. We've got more archers, which is usually key. Again, if you know the Total War games, long range units seem to always be the key when playing these games as well, to give yourself that advantage. You just kite the enemy to you by getting just into range, starting fire, pull the enemy out, and usually it's an easy way to win. So we can maybe test that in this game and see whether they've changed the AI and how that works. But again, let's just get stuck in and manually fight the battle and see what it's like. Last Total War game I played was Warhammer Total War 2. So we'll have to have a look at the differences between that and this. The interface, I can already tell, is quite a bit different. So the rebel Eardweird is 20 years old, whereas Guthrum is 43. A lot more experience to him, much better statistics, more influence, more units. This is kind of our battle to lose, really. It looks as though we've got... It looks like it's going to be a flat terrain, unless these would signify a hill over here and a hill there, with a bit lower down territory there, maybe. A few foresty bits, random rock in the middle. Don't know what that rock's going to be for. Yeah, standard fight, really. So, let's see how this goes. The unwise man is awake all night. Oh, okay, yeah, fine, just move on. Not even going to bother reading out the quotes then. We'll just wait for the battle. What does this here mean? 2 and 1. Actually, the only thing on here that I can't necessarily work out what that means. 2, 1. Maybe level, experience, potentially. So here we go, we can now start the battle. Weather conditions looking a bit foggy. Chances remaining 3. Okay, so we can wait for the weather to change. Should we wait? See if we can get better than fog. Let's wait. Now, oh no. Rain. I don't think rain particularly matters too much. Would have been a bit of a nightmare on Empire, which encourages like the guns to misfire and stuff. But here, I don't think it's going to be too bad. In fact, let's go for rain. Rain feels like a good weather to fight. So the usual, deploying your troops, that's totally fine. So archers. So we kind of want to get a feel for who's got the most defense here. So we want, have a look, melee skill. I mean, look at that. I mean, these guys are just absolute beasts. Look at them. There he is. There's Guthrum. Raring to go, look at him. He's just focused. He's totally... He's a bit of a ghost at the minute, kind of ghost-like. There's the spirit of Guthrum. But yeah, pretty cool looking units, I have to say. I can't speak much for the coloration of the units. It seems like they're all pretty bland colours. I like how they all have different features and they've got, you know, a load of different type of faces in. We can see a few repetitions there actually, so not too many faces. But yeah, it could be worse. Pretty looking scenery. I'm kind of happy with how that looks. The trees and the forest and stuff look kind of cool with the shadow effects and everything. I believe I do have depth of field on for this, so things should look a bit fuzzy, I guess, in the horizon. But hey, let's just go for this and see what happens. It should be a relatively easy battle, like we've said. The archer's range extends, as you can see when you hover over them. It goes to here. Enemies just charging in. Seems a bit stupid, to be honest. I'm just going to select them, see whether we... Yeah, so the up arrow on the keyboard is the usual move forwards. Is there a double? So they're already on like unit speed, double time. We do have to be mindful of the fact that the enemy's got cavalry for this battle, which I'm assuming are going to be... Yeah, the horsemen that they're deciding to hide in the woods at the minute. I think that we just skirt up a little bit, keep ourselves protected here with the forest on the right. We've got the open lands for the rest of it. I might decide to move my archers forwards and, like I said, open fire on the enemy and like kite the enemy towards us. So that could be the tactic that we go with here. Our first battle with Guthrum. So Guthrum needs to do something to make an impression on the troops. He's got to show his army that he's worth following, I feel, at this stage. Okay, that's fine. We already kind of know there that common sense usually dictates that you don't throw your archers into melee troops on the side of the enemy, so I think we kind of got that. Let's see. Actually, do you know what? Let's see if we can do this. I'm thinking if we let our archers go forwards a little bit, looking to bring the enemy just into range as they are at the minute. Okay, here we go. Now they should, I believe, begin to open fire. Right, no, skirmish mode is no. I'm not quite sure why skirmish mode. Okay. Skirmish mode backfired a little bit there for us. We've got some spearmen that are on the opposite side to the enemy's cavalry, which is actually really bad for us. I'm thinking that, to be honest, we just rush everyone into the cavalry at this point. Oh crap, we want our archers to stop firing. Yeah, we don't want them to be firing upon the enemy cavalry. We do, however, want them to be firing on these guys. So let's get our archers to open up on the spearmen. Yeah, see if we can pick a few of these guys off. Looks as though the enemy's cavalry are running away, so we're just gonna go ham on the spearmen. We're just gonna go for it. These guys can rush the royal bodyguard. These are our archers. Our general troops are just, yeah. So there's not It's actually quite hard to tell who's who in this because of the colours. Coloration of the troops is a little bit off, a little bit dodgy. It's, like I said, it's really hard to tell who's who just from looking down on the figures. They're flashing, so I'm assuming that they're starting to rout already, the enemy troops here. Are they? Broken, routing, yeah, that's cool. Cavalry's routing again. I'm thinking now we just get our archers to move into range of the enemy archers, because they're doing a little bit of damage at this point. Now, what we could do with doing is moving these guys over to here and flanking the enemy general from the back. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Ensure that they're flanked. Yeah, they're losing pretty badly now. Our archers are starting to fire on the enemy archers, so let's see, are they taking many casualties yet? There's a hail of arrows raining in here. Doesn't look to be doing too much damage to them, I don't think. Can't really see. 72 out of 80, so when another hail of arrows comes in, let's see what that number changes to. Okay, here comes, yeah, 68 out of 80 now. It feels like we've only got one set of art. Yeah, here we go. 64, 60. Yeah, okay, they're doing damage. We kind of want to just get everybody else now to attack the general. I'm not quite sure where these guys are going over here. Guthrum's just... Okay, they were chasing down this guy. The one lone cavalry rider left. I'm thinking actually, if we can... Yeah, let's just rush in. We've got nothing to lose at this point. I mean, they've got 36 left of 100 and they are surrounded, so it really does not bode well for them. The archers as well in the distance for the enemy, just getting mauled by our archers. I mean, it's 2 units of archers versus 1, so it's kind of clear who's going to win that. In comes the king now with his unit to attack the enemy unit. I'm just seeing if we can spot the enemy leader here. Like I said though, it's really hard to tell. Alright, so what we now want to do, halt these guys, and our archers simply open fire. Let's just get these guys out of the way. These can all run off. Archers, let loose, fire on them, and just take advantage of the fact that they're running away. So yeah, these guys are they're just I wouldn't describe that as running away. I'd say they are very cautiously slowly walking away. Getting shot in the back by our archers. So yeah, the Viking rebels have just been smashed basically by a slightly larger, more organised army. And yeah, that's it. It's not gone well for them. The archers have gone. Just a pile of corpses left over here. I think we can pretty much wrap up this battle and end our first fight. It looks like we've done okay. Still got all of our units intact, so that could have gone a lot worse for us. So let's just end this battle now. So just a bit of a summary screen. So yeah, they actually only had 47 men out of the 400 that they deployed. We lost 182, which isn't ideal, but like I said, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So there we are. Just to say, we've taken out the rebels now. We can take on their warriors and replenish our units. We can get a little bit of money or kill them. I'm thinking we just... Let's just replenish some units.
Moving out.
Okay, so yeah, it's just explaining here what effects that your actions will have on the rest of the world. Okay, here, King Army. What's this do? Happiness within army's ranks. Increase your army's happiness by sacking settlements and taking on warriors after battle. Okay, there we go. So, it actually looks like we didn't fully defeat the rebels. They just ran off a little bit, so... Not the greatest. Let's just chase them down and finish them off.
Battle is upon you. Be sure to wear
I mean,
your chances.
we could manually do this battle. No, in fact, you know, I feel as though I should make it a policy of mine that while I'm doing the YouTube videos and you know, you people are able to watch But yeah, I'll fight them by hand. I don't want to auto-resolve them. I know for this it's kind of a bit annoying because they've got like what? 62 troops? Yeah, they've got 62 units to all of ours. So kind of clear what's going to happen here. Yeah, so good against cavalry, armor piercing, average missile. Yeah, I'm just getting a feel for different unit abilities and things. Okay, here we go. So this battle should pretty much be a foregone conclusion. Let's see if the rain goes away because dry. Awesome. I want to try out our fire arrows and see if they're an option. So can we now... Flaming shot, yeah. Does more regular but less armor piercing damage. Most efficient against lightly armored enemies and buildings. So we're going to go for some fire arrows now. In fact, you know, we're going to see if we can win this just with the fire arrows used by our archers. Yeah, I mean, the enemy's got no chance. So these guys are just going to chill. They're going to watch in the back while our archers get a chance to increase their experience, get stuck in, earn their keep. Let's just go for it. I mean, there's no point hanging around. I'm not surprised. They've got like 60 guys to our like several hundred, so I'd be trembling as well if I was in their situation. What sort of range are we looking at now? Unless we still need to move forwards a little bit. Let's just see how much further forwards do we need to move. Nearly there. Right, here we go. Right, let's go for it. In fact, no, let's take out their archers first with our archers. I want to see what these fire arrows are. Oh, here we go. Look at this. So that's going to be a bit of a morale killer for our enemy, having their guys set on fire. Yeah, and there we go. Literally under fire. Ah, oh, it's over, guys. Just give up. They really may as well give up. It's just, they're being butchered. I just feel bad for them. And what are these guys going to do? They're actually standing to fight. It's not going to go well for them. Are they charging? Look at their leader. So he kind of looks the same as everyone else. He's got a slightly different helmet. They are just absorbing the fire at the minute. Ah, there we go. Slowly being whittled down. And again, another 2 units dead. Still got their leader alive at the front. It would be good if we can take him out because that will just end things. There's no way they'll carry on if he's taken out. We can do this all day. I'm not quite sure why they aren't moving or doing anything. And still their leader's alive. I mean, they're just having to watch their guys burn around them. Oh, hang on. What are these guys doing? I didn't even notice their archers. Their archers have decided to fight back again. Okay, let's finish them off now. There we go. Just destroyed them there in a hail of fire. Yeah, again, they want none of it now. They're done. They're done. That guy there at the back, I feel bad for him. So fire arrows is pretty cool in this. I mean, do we have any other options here? Skirmish mode, fire at will, guard mode. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is cool. So they've got like, yeah, different formation modes, which I don't think we have in the Warhammer Total War. The shields here are clearly playing a part, but I mean they've got 10 units left. How much longer can this go on for? 9 units left. Still 9.
We're in range of their missiles.
It's just a matter. I mean, look at this coming in now. It's just a matter of time. 8 units left. You know what? I know they probably won't even make it before these guys all die, but let's just get all of the rest of our units coming in now. Is that their ammunition? I'm assuming that the blue bar underneath the green there is their ammunition. It's normally, you know, like health or number of units at the top with the green bar, with ammo reserves left underneath. There we go, now the enemy general's dead. And that's it, we've got it, folks. We can end the battle straight away. There he is, burning on the floor. And it's all over. Let's go back to the menu. So I want to see if we actually get anything, get a reward, get some gold, get something as a result of killing the rebels there. I mean, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. That battle just took us there. So we lost 5 units from their archers. Yeah, we'll take on some more troops. And there we go. Eadweird is now deceased. Done for. It's finished. Okay, so that's just like a summary. There we go. So we do get a little something unlocked. The rebels are defeated. That's cool. We get the internal stability bonus, and now the kingdom is our own to do with what we please. I'm trying to tell. Yeah. So these are the. Oh wow. Okay. So here's where things get a little bit deeper. We have to figure stuff out. So we've got currency there. That's the number of gold we've got. That's the food. What's this? War fervor. People's appetite for war. Okay, so even as Vikings, it looks like they're not too up for getting into war all the time. Okay, diplomacy. This. So there are 2 types of happiness I need to maintain. I think this is almost like Viking happiness up here, and then English happiness up here. So we have to keep both the Vikings and the English happy, I assume. I mean, here's our capital. In fact, can we zoom out anymore? Where would London be? So there. This would be it, I assume. Right, so what do we do now then, folks? What do we do now? Can I not zoom out any? It seems a shame that I mean, I can't zoom out any further than this, which is kind of annoying. Man, we've got quite a big kingdom here. Are these enemies? Can we tell? The diplomacy screen up.
Listen to your propositions.
Here we go. Let's see if we can. No, can't do anything with this guy. Maybe we can.
We will talk now.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. Let's go for a military alliance on these guys, maybe.
Look elsewhere for new allies.
Oh, okay. That kind of sucks. They'll gain your protection, at least most of their defense, becoming your puppets. They are vassals, then.
We will keep.
Alright, let's just get out of the diplomacy screen for now. We want to build up. We just want to get a massive army so we can start getting into some fights and things. Are these enemies here or not? It's hard to tell at this stage who's who and who's going to be kicking off on us or not. So let's take our guys and move them. I think we're just going to move them here near to our capital. Here is our capital. Is it? Minor settlement. Yeah, provincial capital. So what can we build here? These will allow for creation of axeman, spearman, archer's javelin, axeman, spearman, archer's javelin. So we can get some herdmen as a result of that. Here we get, I assume, armor bonuses. Yep. We can do that and that actually. And then minor settlements. I assume that we're going to want some more food and some more gold. So that's going to be pretty important for us. That creates more unhappiness. We want things that create more happiness, to be honest. So I'm not quite sure what we go with here. Maybe, yeah. Let's just get some commercial fields going, some more farms, and we'll get more sheep herds, and then we'll end our turn. So that's the end of the first turn for the new campaign. Not much happened. We defeated the rebels. We're starting to work a bit on colonization. Colnegaster? Pronunciation, I'm clueless for
One
Viking
of your
words.
noblemen has increased in rank and gained a skill point.
Ah, so we've had a
points can be spent to gain bonuses from their
nobleman.
retinue of followers. Click the notification at the
assume we
top of the
can-
screen to be taken directly to this character's details page.
Click the notification at the top of the screen. Well, here's the top of the screen. Telling us to go here. Oh, is it this dude? Oh, hang on. Is it? What's good? How do we find the guy? Is it that governor? One of your noblemen? Oh, so settlements, London. So yeah, this is it then. How do we close this off? Who? Right. Notification at the top. Is this it?
Available
Ah,
skill
got
points
it.
may be spent on the retinue of followers, shown on the right-hand side of the character details panel.
Okay.
By improving a follower, the effectiveness of the noble they follow is improved in turn. The center of the character details panel shows the character's traits,
Yeah.
which are gained through their A character's command, governance, and zeal are influenced by
By their bonus effects.
and are
Okay.
listed at the top of the panel.
Yeah, we got that.
Their rank and experience are shown in the top left, and their spouse, if any, will be shown in the top right.
Okay.
A character's influence is a measure of their support amongst the nobility of the faction. The loyalty of a noble will decline. Loyalty is also shown on the character details panel, if the character is not faction leader.
Right. So here's the panel then for this guy. So we can we upgrade something? I assume we can do this. We got to do this stuff here. Let's just get the champion. Let's get a champion up. I want. In fact, who is this we're looking at now? Oh, Guthrum. It is the king. It's our king. So yeah, we're gonna go for just melee. Yeah, melee skill. We want our king's units, his bodyguards, whatever you call them. I want them to be absolute badasses. Strike fear in the hearts of the enemies. So we've just upgraded champion. Obviously, we've got a few other things down here that we can look to do as well. Again, in line with the Total War games that we've seen in previous iterations. It's not a full skill tree looking thing like we had in Warhammer Total War. So they've done it a little bit differently, but it's not too bad. It looks like we've got another character with an unassigned skill here. So we've got a governor down here who, again, also has another skill. So the guy's boring, principled, handsome, and proud. Okay. And a merchant. Again, I think we want to... I don't know. I want to make sure that we have control of the region. That morale's constantly going up and things, and that we're getting food and replenishment. So I think we'll go for a forager for this guy. And just, yeah, like I said, improve the unit replenishment and also improve the food production as well, so that we've got a sustainable economy. If we go back up now and just look at our main army, we should probably, to be fair, pop them in the capital for now. Again, as you can see, it helps replenish their unit numbers a little bit better. Are things still being built here? Yep. So we've got 5 turns, 7 turns, and 5 turns. Okay. Now, wait, hang on. Raise forces, available generals. So no, we don't want generals. Do we recruit then via our... Yeah, so we recruit via our own panel.
Commanding an army can recruit from the global pool of units available to your faction.
Yeah.
As long as they are fortified or garrisoned within a settlement.
Units right into the army immediately when recruited, but at low strength. So yeah, so that's something people have commented about with this game, is that I believe that in this game, when you actually recruit a unit, it starts off on low health, with low numbers, and has to be replenished over time, which I think, as far as I'm aware, unless they did that in Attila, which I haven't played, is the first time that Total War have introduced that whole system of your units starting off really low, and you having to build them up over time. Seems a bit counterintuitive to me, and that they probably should have stuck with making it so that when you hire a unit or create one, you get the full numbers for them to be worn down in battles. So I can't really understand the logic behind them doing this. I mean, I'd be keen to understand your thoughts. Drop me a comment with your opinion on whether that's the right or the wrong way to do it. Maybe because they're in a foreign land, they're going for that whole, you know, Vikings who are in England would be harder for them to build up their armies. They wouldn't just be able to gather a load. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let's have a look at what we can get then. So again, I'm not quite sure. 3 out of 6, 1 out of 1. I'm thinking we should get some... okay, cool. So let's get some swordmen. We can get some cavalry. Cavalry would be good. Maybe, I mean, some scout horsemen. Would they actually be good for anything? Probably not. These raiders look pretty good. Do we have any of these already? No, we haven't. So, I'm thinking, let's get one of these. What's the difference between long axemen? Shields or not shields. So these do much more melee damage, but they have better defense. I think, to be honest, we'll go for these guys because they're shielded. We want to get a decent shielded front line. And looks as though that's all that we can recruit for now. So,
units recruited
oh wow,
at low strength, or those that have taken casualties in battle, will replenish their numbers over time.
So here we go. This is what I was referring to. So we've just recruited these new units, but as you can see, they're all on 48 or 18 rather. So can't see the logic with that. Let me know what you think. If that's a good way of doing it, or why that's a good way of doing it, I suppose. Let's close this panel now and just, I suppose, just let this army grow. We've only got 24 gold left. We're getting 1300 at the end of the turn, so you may as well just finish this turn off now and see what happens. I did just bear in mind that it did say that this is a hard start for us with where we are at the minute. This is one of the harder beginnings that you can have to choose the army that we went for.
The influence of one of your nobles now exceeds that of your king. Be wary.
Ow, why?
For such power makes men susceptible to ideas above their station. Take steps to keep the influence.
Traits, officers of state, spouse, number of estate. The king's influence may be increased by using intrigue actions to hold a feast. So what I want to do is, so I can use intrigue actions apparently to hold a feast. So let's maybe go the scribe, get a little bit more money from this dude. But let's now just go back to our king, who's just held up in the capital at the minute. I think he's here. Here he is. Wait, how do I get his... Oh! Wow. Okay. Alright. So here is the research technology thing that we can't currently use. I want to find out how we can access the character details screen for the actual king. Is there a nobles option here? There's got to be somewhere. Technology. So can we not? No, we could, let's say so. Maybe we need to build a building first before we can get started on that. It'd be good if I could understand. How do I? Do people like his wife? Is that why is that why his influence is going down? Where is he? Nobles. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So no, we don't want a divorce. Definitely don't want a divorce. We do want to just wait. What? Wait, what? That something pops up there and I can't click it because as soon as I leave the character, it goes away. New character. Here we go. So how can we increase this guy's influence then? And hold a feast. How do you hold a feast? Figure this out. Victory conditions. Yeah, so long victory. Controlling the settlements looks to be like the way in which you get your victory in this. I still want to know how it is that we can actually hold a feast. How can we?
Units recruited. The influence of one of your
So the king's influence may be increased by using intrigue actions to hold a feast. Intrigue actions. Let's get our king's panel back up. Here. Wait. Here. No, wait. I'm losing the plot. Yeah, no, wasn't in objectives, damn it. It was faction, king, details, intrigue. Here to anything for intrigue? Really? What does he get off his wife? He gets influence, governance, 10%, husband and governing. I might have to look this up. I'm not entirely sure how we can figure this out. Let's not worry about holding a feast just yet anyway. I mean, these guys are still replenishing. We've got 1,300 gold. Can't necessarily use it on anything yet, but we can. It would probably make sense for us to start working on our outer cities and towns. Because I'd imagine these would be the ones that will be under attack first. So, what's this do? Cloth production. Okay, yeah, let's just upgrade this for now. Again, end our turn. I want to just end our turn a few times before our army gets a little bit bulked up. And then, before we end this episode, I think I'd quite like to attack an enemy settlement. Or just find some sort of a basic siege type battle for us to get stuck into, just to see what they're like as well. Oh. Ah.
Technologies become available to research once certain requirements have been met.
Okay, so now we can view the technology screen and see what the requirements are. So, so it's, this is cool. So the way that Total War Britannia, Throne of Britannia works is you've got these prerequisites to be able to actually unlock technologies. This is interesting. Okay, so we need to recruit more units. We've recruited 4 out of 10 here for melee units. So that's what we kind of need to focus on, is just recruiting more of these. So let's just quickly nip back across to our actual land. See how our army's getting on. They're still pretty low. Yeah, they are still pretty low, aren't they? We can probably recruit a few more though. Let's really, really beef up this army. So let's go for some skirmishes here. What's their range? So their range is 80. Archer's range is 150. But these guys are more to sort of annoy the enemy, piss them off a little bit. Spear troops seem like they'd be a good idea if we're going to be going up against cavalry. So we'll have 2 spear troops. We've got 2 sword herdmen. I'm thinking maybe... No, let's leave it there. Do we? Do we? We just got 1... Yeah, we've only got 1 lot of cavalry. We want more cavalry. That'll do. Right, there we go. Army's a little bit bigger now with some more troops in. Can we upgrade anything else at this stage? Probably not. 866 gold. So again, let's just end our turn. So things are quite peaceful across the kingdom at the minute. We haven't been attacked by anyone else yet, except for having to deal with those bunch of rebels at the start. We haven't had any diplomatic actions or dialogue with anybody else. So yeah, pretty peaceful start. I'm struggling to... Okay, we've got an option here. We're going to build a hall. We don't care about the English. We care about our own. We care about Vikings. Viking English. We've lost some diplomacy with the English, but...
routes to victory. Unify your people into a greater kingdom. Increase the fame.
I like the sound of conquering all of our rivals, I think, for our victory condition. Fleet of Viking raiders has arrived south of Britannia. Ah, interesting. They're going to be coming from down there. I also hadn't realised our kingdom actually extends this far out over here as well. So I'm thinking that we should also probably upgrade this. We're going to upgrade London. London, obviously, hence the name, I imagine is going to be a pretty key place for us to hold up in. So, still got another 2 turns left before this Great Hall's upgraded. Doesn't seem to be a problem. We've got a steady flow of income coming in at the minute. Let's just move our army over to here. I want to move them down towards London in case we have to defend here with the those raiders it just mentioned who are likely going to sail up here and either land on this coast or maybe even land on the coast along here somewhere. Maybe even go straight for London. Sail up the river. So yeah, we've just got to be wary of that. So we're going to end our turn again. This should result in that building now having been completed in Colneciasta. That's supposed to be Colchester. I'm not sure. And all these old names and Viking names. So, oh, here we go. So we are now at war with Viking. A distant cousin of ours has the audacity to try and raid London. We must prove our right to rule and defend the realm against the Viking. So we've got to defeat the Viking raiders. And the reward will be that Grant to Bru's land will be annexed by you. Ah. Okay. So, here are Odin's Fury, led by Thorstein. Here are Viking. Viking, as we sort of predicted, are headed straight for London. So if we now just move here to Teleberg, this puts us relatively close to London, which should allow us to defend it if we need to. I'm also just checking out these things here as well to see what we can upgrade. Again, I want some more food production and some farms and supplies for us, which I think would be really good. So let's upgrade that fishing place there. Don't necessarily think we need to create any more units just yet. War coordination targets open. We now share a common enemy with our allies. So engage in diplomacy in order to assess the mutual threat. So if we, I'm assuming, are these our allies here? They've got to be, right? Let's check these out. I'll hear what you have to say. Are these our allies? How do we do the war coordination thing? No, wait, what's going on? We want to do we have any allies? Ah, yes, here. So, initiate diplomacy. Trade forecast, military access. I kind of want to figure out how it is that we can do the coordinated attacks. So here's Viking. Ah, war coordination target. Viking. Now we've set them. We need to try and make a few more allies though, I think. Because we've just got the one at the minute and they're tiny. So maybe, who do we have near us? I mean, West Siaks. They hate us. They absolutely hate us. Let's check out who else is near. Okay, so yeah, these guys are pretty near. Let's see what we can do with these guys. Are they already a vassal of ours? I think so.
After much thought.
Why aren't they willing to be nice to us yet? I don't understand. How about this?
Look elsewhere.
Right, do you know what? Just bugger off then. We're not going to ally with anyone. We're going to go on our own and we're just going to try and obliterate these guys without needing help from anyone. Yeah. So let's end this turn. And let's see what Viking do. Let's see where they go. Are they going to just sail straight into London? Or are they going to land on the coast? We'll have to have a look. Let's see what they decide to do. I mean, it's AI, so they could do anything. I'm hoping that they make it kind of realistic. And I'd assume that you'd want to avoid all of these guys here and just carry on around. Oh, wow. Wow.
Your armies may vary their tactics by adopting different stances.
Right, so they're not even going for London. They're sailing. They're sailing straight past. So we're going to have to retreat and go back up here again. This doesn't bode well, to be honest, guys. What can we improve here? Go for a great haul. This is bad. This is really bad. I mean, do we need to start recruiting some other things? Let's see what we can improve here. New happiness. Less corruption. Less gold, though. Less food production. Like I said, we just, yeah. We want bigger fields at the minute and more gold coming in from the farms and things, so let's do that. Now I'm a little bit nervous about what Viking are going to do, because they're just sailing up the coast. They've totally skipped past London. They're ignoring our capital. And they're just moving, yeah, way up the east coast. Where are they going to go this time? Have a look. So they are attacking. They are attacking us.
Buildings in one of your settlements are damaged. You must repair them to gain the full benefit
God
that
damn
they
it.
can provide.
And our army's quite far away, as you can see.
Hurry along.
They're just out of range, actually. This is bad.
Your army has marched all it can this turn.
Right, so we're kind of at the mercy of these guys now. This doesn't feel great. What do we do here? I mean, what do we do? We're just going to end the turn. We're going to end the turn just to get a little bit more money in. And we're going to see what happens with Viking. Let's see what they decide to do now. Will they run away? Or will they just attack us? And if they do attack us, it's going to be a much, much bigger battle than when we took on those rebels. They've got 13 units and we've got 14 units. So again, it's going to be... It'll probably be pretty close. I'm not sure what the quality or type of their units is that they have. For real?
Technologies are now available to research.
So
Put
they've
your finest minds to
left.
work on the technology screen. Such improvements are vital to maintain a competitive advantage.
I think we need to move up here. I'm not quite sure what we can do now. It looks like we're going to need to raise a second army. Viking don't want to play ball. They don't want to fight us just yet. So we may... So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to wait until the next episode for this. So we need to repair that. Repair that. What else can we do here? Can we upgrade this? Yes, we can. That'll get us even more supplies. However, we can get a great forge, and we can upgrade to a royal hall. Would be cool as well. Technologies are now available to research, it says as well. So what do we have? Industry. Research rate. That's 4 turns. We'll get that going. London's probably let's get some more trade in. Only got 59 gold left now this turn, so that's it. So I think, folks, this is probably going to be a good place for us to just pause this first episode. We've got Viking in our territory. We're going to have to fend them off. We defeated the rebels at the start of the episode. We need to get to grips with all of our different settlements and get the upgrades going as well, so we've got much more steady income and food coming in. We've also got English influence going down, but our influence is going up, which is kind of how I wanted it. I'm alright with that. But yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know what Viking are going to do. Are they going to just continue up the coast sacking our cities, or are they going to go straight in now that we're over here, try to take advantage of the fact that we've moved away from London, and they're going to then head back down, which will be kind of annoying and probably going to result in us having to have 2 armies instead of just the 1. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, to introduce you to the game, seeing as it's a new game, and it's Viking orientated, which is great for me. Before we do finish the turn, we've got a couple of character upgrades here, Anlaf and Carl. I have no idea who Anlaf and Carl are. I like the fact that one of them's called Carl. Let's get some more income going through Anlaf. What can Carl do? I think Carl probably also go for income. We just want to get good, decent income going at this rate. So, that's it for this episode, folks. I'll see you for the next episode, where we probably look to take on Viking once and for all and eliminate them. Just kick them out of the kingdom. We don't want them here. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me. If you're going to be watching more of these Total War, Throne of Britannia videos, Don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when I publish more of these. Also, if you're into, like I've said, the whole Viking thing, go and check out the other videos for Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice that I do as well. I also live stream that every Thursday night, so I'll catch you again Thursday night, which is actually later on tonight if you're around. If not, see you next Thursday, or see you for the next one of these episodes. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you again, folks. Bye-bye.